Hello guys, good evening. As it's Monday, so I'll do my Forex weekly analysis for this week. Finally, we have some confirmations. If you notice, we have strong candlestick formations. We have good momentum in the market. We have been waiting for certain breakouts to happen or some confirmations to happen. And if you notice in dollar index, we had this support trend line. This moving average is also coinciding. And we were expecting either the market should take the support here once it was playing above the support. We were expecting if it takes the support, we get a bullish candlestick confirmation and we can be on the buying side. But last week, as we can clearly see that it's a clear bearish body dominant candle close, which has clearly confirmed the breakout of the dollar index and which clearly confirms for sell. And this breakout was confirmed. Like I said, you keep checking the daily closes if you remember in my last weekly video. So on the Monday itself, if I go to the daily video, okay, this was the candle on Monday, I think 21st. So I think Monday or Tuesday, this candle itself confirmed for a strong sell confirmation. And the entire week after seeing this candle close, you could have been on the sell side and you could have traded and you could have made a good amount of money and good profitable trades. So finally the breakout has happened, and if you haven't been in this trade and still you were waiting for the weekly close to give you the confirmation, then the dollar has clearly given the confirmation for sell, and I'm expecting dollar next to fall down, and it should be a vertical move. See, if you see, today is Monday, but the way the market is falling down, so these will be the levels of supports and all you can decide. So I'm just taking the same angle of the trend line here, which was previously drawn. I'm saying taking the same angle to understand till which price market can do a fall and then can do a pullback, and you can get a better entry. So if you see, today's Monday, still the market has been falling down and it hasn't done any pullback. So it shows a good momentum. Also, you can draw a Fibonacci if you don't know how to, if you're not comfortable with trend lines, then you can, instead of using trend lines, you can use Fibonacci as well. So these will be my levels as per trend line. So this was my previous support. This will be next level. If this gets breached, then this will be my next level of support. That it clearly looks like a sell. Here, if it's take a support also, it will be more like a pullback. It's trying to do the pullback, but it could be a major pullback. So accordingly, you can capture the pullback as well. So if you're not comfortable with trend line, like I was saying, you can use Fibonacci as a candlestick, as a tool to understand the pullback levels. So if you notice, the market, if it keeps playing below 61.8, then definitely, yeah, it's confirming for sell. It has to break below this level, then you can expect the market to come down till 61.8. But if you notice, this level is coinciding. So again, this week, I would say, though it has clearly showed the bearish momentum, but it has also reaching till the nearby support area. So just be careful in the sense that if you get a daily candle, bullish candlestick close around this area of the weekly time frame, then you should be looking to buy to maybe capture the pullback. You can call that as a pullback, but this would be a major pullback because the fall has happened vertically. So you can capture the pullback, and when the market reaches around 50% level, then you can again sell. So that could be the plan. So just trade in between the support and resistance level and just keep checking your daily time frame, how the markets are getting respected at those levels. So why the reason being, I'm saying selling at the current price is not a good idea because it is nearing the support, and if it takes a support, if daily candle closes like a rejection and it closes like a, let's say, a bullish pin bar and it closes here, okay, then it means that it's ready for the pullback and you can start capturing the pullback. Because why? Swing traders can also do that, and intraday definitely can, because it's a major pullback. You're expecting a good pullback in daily and weekly time frames, which should be around good amount of movement, good risk to reward. So that can be done. So just keep checking your daily closings and accordingly take a call. Momentum wise, yes, it has confirmed for sell, but which prices to enter for sell? See, like last week on Monday or Tuesday that you would have to check the candle. Tuesday itself, you got a confirmation for sell. Okay, so now is the time to exit those cells because it has reached the next support, or exit once you get a bullish candlestick confirmation on a smaller time frame, let's say daily or 4 hourly, and then you can exit. But now is not the time to enter for sell. You can enter once it breaks this support level. So once a candle closes like a bearish body dominating. So it's not just about the direction, it's about which levels you are planning to enter in the market. So just be careful on that. Selling at the current price, I would not suggest it. Enter if you want to enter, sell at a better price after the pullback, or sell after the breakout, likewise. Okay, so that would be my analysis for this week for dollar. Now moving to the other charts like gold and oil. So XAU USD, this is silver. Yeah, it's here. So gold has been going up, and if you can see a clear correlation now also between dollar and gold. So gold has been at its all-time high price, and it's constantly going up. Last week it was a very good bullish movement you can see, and let me see if it's all-time high. See, just now the price it is at its all-time high. It has never reached that price. This is a monthly chart which I'm zooming out, and at least till 2007 is what I have the data. And you can see the last high price what we had was this, the high of 1912, and currently the market is making this high of 1938. But just one thing, market gold is going up because psychologically also people feel that this is the best thing to invest, and everyone is investing in gold, and this happening too much of upside movement. This could turn out to be a bubble as well, so just be careful. Just look for good entry prices to enter in the market and trade, enter in the markets with the perspective of trading, more of trading just now. Not like if you enter at this prices and after 5 years it should be at this price, not in that perspective. But yes, you should look for better entries in the market, better entries in the sense entering at this price. Rather you can go in a smaller time frames and see if there's some possibility of pullback, and maybe you can enter at this price or enter at this price, howsoever how much pullback is happening. So that's about gold, clearly going up. There's no resistance, nothing, because it is at its all-time high. So technically, till where, which price it can go, you cannot say that. You can use the extension tool for that, but that this is like it has crossed the levels as well. If you would draw that in the monthly chart also. So monthly, if you see, it was nothing but a long-term consolidation. Market broke out, and it broke out with a very powerful bullish dominant candle, and then a slight pullback, and then it just has been going up, and it has crossed this level also. So if you're trading gold, I would just suggest be careful. Buying at this prices could come with a lot of risk, is what I'm saying. If you can get better prices, nothing like it. But yes, it's a clear buy bullish trend currently. Just look for better entries in the market. So that's about gold chart. And if we check oil also, so oil currently, we'll go back to the weekly chart. It's still at the same level if you see the breakout level. And if I again draw a Fibonacci from high to low, it's still around 61.8 itself. We thought that market would have broken on the upside based on the daily candle because there was some movement happening around this moving average area, and candle started closing above this area. So then there could be a possibility, but again, if you see, it became flat. It's just flat. So this cannot be considered as a breakout, because breakout has to be with force. It has to be with body dominant, like you noticed in dollar. That type of breakout should be there. So oil, again, either it should break out on the upside like dollar finally broke out on the downside, and it's clearly indicating for sell. But oil is at the resistance just now. Till the time it's not breaking out, better is to sell at the resistance is what I would suggest. So that's about oil. I'll just check the major pairs. So Euro USD, obviously market dollar has closed like a strong bearish candle. So Euro USD has also gone up, it always has an inverse correlation. But if you notice currently, like we noticed in dollar also, it's reaching a resistance, so that ways just wait either for the breakout, then you can continue on the buying side. Okay, 61.8 would be an important level. Once it breaks above, then you can buy and target till 78.6. But if you start seeing rejection candles in a smaller time frame, let's say in daily, 4 hourly or something around this level, then you can be on the sell side, capture the pullback, and when you get the better price, then you can be on the buying side. Would be my suggestion. So overall trend definitely looks bullish, but when it comes to trading, a trader can trade anti-trend and with the trend both ways. And especially when you can see that you have, while capturing the pullback, you have a major move to capture. So that ways you would have to take a decision. So if I see a rejection candle and if I sell, then I have this much move to capture, which is a very, very strong move, which is there. So that's why could be a trend for short-term traders or intraday traders. It could be a bearish trend for like a week or 2 week like that. Like it took 2 weeks to go up, it can take 2 weeks to do the pullback. So you just cannot wait like for 1 or 2 weeks. I'm just saying weeks in in assumption. It's not necessary, it might do a pullback in 1 week also. But I'm saying when you can see that there's a possibility of good pullback, then you can capture it. If it's very minor pullbacks, then it's better to complete the pullback and then you be with the trend. So accordingly, you have to take a decision, and especially it depends a lot on which time frame you are trading. So weekly, daily, these pullbacks will always be very strong. Like it would have good momentum. But if you're seeing the pullbacks in 5 minutes or 15 minutes, that would have a little different perspective. So yeah, coming back to this again. So that's my analysis. Similar to dollar, again, everything where whatever we discussed. As dollar looks bearish, so definitely everywhere you would see, especially GP USD, Euro USD, everything has closed bullish. GP USD still has a lot of scope to go up. So GP clearly looks like a buy to me in itself also. So if you compare between Euro and GBP, so currently the candle which has closed is more like a spinning top. Okay, so and also if we notice, it is around the resistance. And you can expect if GP becomes stronger, then you can expect Euro GP to fall down. But you would have to go with the candlestick confirmation. Once you get a bearish, let's say bearish engulfing or a candlestick formation like this, then you can be on the sell side. If it breaks upside, which means Euro becomes even more stronger, and dollar has finally looking to go down further, and Euro has become even more stronger than GP, and then you can be on the buy side. But everything is at a very good levels, and if you get good entries, there's a possibility to make good risk to reward in these trade setups. AUD USD, if you notice, weekly chart, it is like a half body, half wick, and whenever it happens, you go to daily time frame and you see that how the daily candle close. So there was an evening star, more like no, it won't be called as an evening star because the third candle didn't close below the 50% of the first candle. But it's a spinning top and candle close below. And then again, there's a spinning top. So there's like indecisiveness here. So AUD, and this is a daily time frame. Sorry, I need to open weekly. Yeah, again so if you notice, it is at the resistance. This moving average acts as a resistance. So if dollar takes a support and starts going up, so AUD USD could be a good tool to sell because it's a half body, half wick, which means AUD is not looking as strong as GBP and as strong as Euro. Because if you can notice, everywhere it's a strong body dominant candle close. Especially in Euro, you can notice. GBP also, it's a body dominant, not as big as Euro, but it's a good body dominant. But here it's half body, half wick, which means AUD in itself is not that strong. It is formed a bullish candlestick because of dollar being weak. So I hope you're not getting confused and you're getting the difference. And then the last one is New Zealand USD. So New Zealand USD weekly time frame, also the similar scenario we have, right? Half body, half wick, but nearing a very strong resistance, you can see. So they have both the scenarios, so you would have to wait for a candlestick confirmation at least in daily time frame. If dollar continues to be on the weak side, then this resistance will break on the upside, and then you can be on the buying side and buy at pullbacks. But if dollar takes a support there and it starts going up, this is where this resistance will also get respected and the market will start falling from here. So just wait for candle confirmations at good areas. Everything is at a very good area of buy and sell. It's just that you have to see whether it breaks out or if it takes a resistance. Okay. In between AUD and NCD, if you have to choose. So clearly AUD looks weaker than New Zealand. And also if you notice last time also we did discuss this, that it is at the resistance. So clearly if you have to trade, let's say dollar becomes strong, and if you have to choose one weak pair, then it should be AUD USD should be a good priority, is what I can say. So that's about all the four currencies: AUD, New Zealand, Euro and JP. Now talking about USD CAD. Oil we have already discussed, and like we noticed that oil is still under indecisive phase. And as you can notice, dollar closed bearish. So that's why, because of the dollar movement, this is not the Canadian dollar movement, it's the dollar movement, market is looking bearish. And it can continue to go down till here. That would depend completely on dollar. Once Canadian picks up, like for example, if oil starts falling from the resistance, then you can also see Canadian dollar going down, which means USD CAD can take a support here, okay, and it can start going up, okay. But if Canadian dollar also breaks out on the upside and becomes stronger than dollar, then you can see USD CAD falling down further and testing this support. So it would depend a lot on the candle closing at these areas, right? Everything is at the support or resistance at good areas, but you need a proper candle confirmations is what you can notice till now. USD JPY also, if you notice, it's a bearish candlestick, right? But not a very strong one, but yes, it's a bearish candlesticks closing below these small candles. There wasn't momentum initially, but yes, USD JPY is indicating for further sell. And if you notice, the next support is not nearby. It looks like a good level. No, this is the next support actually. After this, if it breaks this support, then the next support is next line, right? So once it breaks this, then you can continue to be on the sell side of dollar, and JPY looks strong comparatively. So if we check, like AUD is weak, like if you discussed, remember, and JPY is strong, and we have a clear pin bar here, right? Which clearly shows that AUD is on the sell side and JPY is on the buy side, right? And if you check New Zealand JPY, it's a similar candlestick we have at the resistance. So after seeing these cross pairs, we are very clear that which currencies are on the strong side and on the weak side. So AUD and New Zealand definitely looks on the sell side. And let me check Euro and GBP also. So Euro JPY, though it is at the resistance, but Euro looks strong in itself. And same goes with GBP also. We don't have a bearish confirmation, though it's not a very strong, powerful bullish candlestick, but not indicating anything, is not indicating the sell. So Euro and GBP looks more on the stronger side individually, and AUD and NCD looks more on the sell side. So here the benefit, how you have to trade is, let's say dollar continues to be on the sell side. So then you should trade pairs like Euro USD. You should trade pairs like GP USD. Why? Because Euro is strong, dollar is weak, right? GP is strong, dollar is weak. One strong, one weak currency needs to be there. So same way, let's say dollar takes a support at the current price, like we have already discussed in detail, it's nearing a support and it takes a support and starts going up. So then the best currencies to trade against dollar would be AUD or New Zealand, because AUD is weak, dollar looks strong. So AUD USD or New Zealand USD. So likewise, that's why if you know the currency and whichever side the dollar is making the move, you would know which currency to trade against dollar depending on the situation, depending on the market movement. I hope this would make things more clear for you. Now the last one is USD CHF. So USD CHF has a very, very strong, clear bearish body dominant candle close, and it has closed below this level. So again, this is a strong support level. I think better would be to draw a Fibonacci and see if it's coinciding with 61.8. So I've taken a low till high and it's nearing 61.8. See, previously it tested once and it hasn't broken this level from a long period of time. So once it reaches here, if it's take a support, then you can expect the market to go up. If it breaks below, then you can expect it to further fall down. But clearly, CHF also looks strong. So Euro, GBP, and CHF, all three are on the buy side. CAD is indecisive depending on the oil. And JPY looks on the buy side. JPY looks bullish. And we have AUD and NCD on the sell side. So if you also notice AUD, CHF, let's say, because AUD is weak and CHF looks strong here, right? So if you see here, see what we have is a pin bar, right? So if you know about correlation before checking the chart itself, I did not check this chart before, and before checking the chart itself, you would know which side the market would be indicating. AUD clearly weak, CHF clearly strong, so AUD CHF as a pair should be a strong sell. So that's what it indicates if you're clear with the correlation. So that's how you can shortlist your pairs. So yeah, that's about this week. I think I've covered all the currencies and we have discussed their strength as well. I would just say we have very good opportunities this week. Just wait for proper good entries in the market and trade with good risk to reward. Have a happy trading week and we'll meet again next Monday. Thank you guys.